Game number 3 of the National League Divisional Series between the Cincinnati Reds and the San Diego Padres. Now, if you missed game number 2 of this series, my goodness, it doesn't get better than that. The Padres up huge in that game. They score 4 runs in the first inning, and the Reds turn out to walk things off in the bottom of the 9th, thanks to a 2-run home run by Shea Langeliers, and then a walk-off RBI double from Bryce Harper, and all the momentum. If it already wasn't on the side of the Cincinnati Reds, it is completely theirs now. After winning game number 1, the Reds have won game 2 as well, and now they only need one more win to advance to the National League Championship Series against either the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Arizona Diamondbacks, as that series is currently 2-1 for the D-backs. But we gotta take care of business first here at Petco Park in San Diego, California. But how demoralizing of a loss truly is that for San Diego? You are on the cusp of taking the series back home, tied 1-1. And all of a sudden you lose, and now you're facing elimination after losing back-to-back one-run games in both Game 1 and Game 2. And again, both those games were kind of polar opposites. Game 1 completely controlled by the Reds until the 9th inning, where the Padres scored 3, but ultimately couldn't get that 4th run to tie the game up. And of course, for the Padres in Game 2, up the entire game and just blowing it in the 9th. Max Fried, the former Red, will get the start tonight for the Padres. And oh my goodness, Matt McLain, first batter of the game, 3rd pitch of the game, makes Fried pay. 435 feet, his 2nd of the playoffs. And Max Fried, who was dealt from Cincinnati to San Diego at the deadline last year when the Reds were actively selling, is getting the start here, his 2nd of the playoffs, and Matt McLain will take his former teammate yard right away. And look at TJ Friedl, spearing one up the middle. That's going to be a no-out single for him. Here comes Bryce Harper. He was the hero of game number 2. He swings and misses, but Friedl advances to 2nd with the steal. We'll be on now in scoring position, and Harper will strike out in a slider, but it's a drop 3rd strike. Ball gets away. Ooh, Harper's still out at 1st, but Friedl now gets to move over to 3rd for Spencer Steer on the 1-1 pitch, and Steer goes up the middle. 3 hits so far for the Reds, and a 2-0 lead over Max Fried and the Padres. Teoscar Hernandez strikes out, and yeah, okay. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Steer is caught at 2nd. Andrew Abbott gets the start tonight for Cincinnati, and Xander Bogaerts going to start this one off well for San Diego. Looping one into right field. Here comes Kyle Isbell, though, and he will pop out into foul ground. There is Spencer Steer. 1 gone in the inning. Here comes Fernando Tatis Jr., who has struggled a little bit in this playoffs. They're going to send Bogaerts in motion, but Tatis puts one in the air. Bogaerts will retreat back to 1st, and Friedl puts Nando away. 2 gone runners still on 1st for Ha-Seong Kim. 3-2 pitch, and Kim walks. So here comes the go-ahead run. I know it's the 1st inning, but still, these things are important. Tommy Edman, though, grounds out to Elly De La Cruz. To the top of the 2nd inning, lefty-lefty matchup to start us off. Kyle Tucker has struggled mightily in this playoffs, and he is going to line out. Here comes Elly De La Cruz on the 3-2 pitch. De La Cruz hits that ball into right field. There is a fly out. 2 up, 2 down so far for Shea Langeliers. Again, got us basically in this position. Shea hits one hard to 1st. It's bobbled by Jake Cronenworth. They're actually going to call that a hit. I don't know if I agree with it, but we'll take it. Here comes Esteury Ruiz, obviously in the lineup tonight. No Xavier Isaac because of the lefty and Fried, but Esteury will ground out to 3rd. And again, we are inching closer to a Will Benson appearance. Jackson Merrill strikes out right there by Andrew Abbott. We will see if Benson, if we do get to game 4, there's a possibility Will Benson can play. If we get to 5, I definitely think Benson will be involved. But again, hopefully we can just get out this series right away, as we're going to turn that double play on the 3rd baseman, Kevin Smith. I mean, again, if we win tonight, series over, and then we get Benson back for the NLCS, we will see if we can rush him back to game number 4 or potentially game 5, where he should be healthy for. We will see. Again, though, to keep it simple, all you gotta do is win tonight, and the Reds are already on their way in doing so, up 2-0. Bryce Harper comes up with 2 outs. He's gonna hit one up the middle, but that ball is gonna be played well by the shortstop in Ha-Seong Kim. To the bottom of the 3rd, still 2-0 our score. The catcher Ethan Salas up first, and he's just gonna pop one, or just, barely touch it in front of the plate. There is Shea Langeliers to Bryce Harper. 1 gone. Xander Bogaerts, the batter, hits one hard, but straight to Spencer Steer. Kyle Isbell, the former Kansas City Royal, puts one on the ground. Elly De La Cruz ranging to his right, and Andrew Abbott is through 3 shutout innings of work so far, but the Reds trying to get him some more runs. Spencer Steer is now 2 for 2 after being held hitless so far in this playoffs. He takes off and runs, and Steer is now 0 for 2 trying to steal bags. Yikes. Teoscar Hernandez, another guy who's still looking for his first hit of the playoffs, will walk. He'll be on first for Kyle Tucker, and Tucker, who we have said has struggled, hits that ball into right field. We'll try to send Teoscar to third. Here comes the throw by Nando. And the Reds have ran themselves into outs twice so far here in the top of the 4th. Ellie De La Cruz grounds one to second base, and just a lot of missed opportunities. If we didn't run ourselves out there, we could have definitely put up some runs. However, this game's still 2-0, and look at Fernando Tatis Jr. Deep right field of the wall. Oh, Kyle Tucker. What a play to put Tatis away. And now Ha-Sung Kim striking out in a fastball. Abbott will now see Tommy Edman on the 2-1 pitch, who did ground out with a runner in scoring position his last time out, and he will fly out to TJ Friedl there. So Andrew Abbott has done a tremendous job here on the road, again holding the Padres to nothing through 4. We'll see if that holds. Esteury Ruiz gonna pick up his first hit of the playoffs right there. Never mind. What a play by Fernando Tatis Jr. in right. Nothing, you can't do much better than that. Esteury just going to get robbed right there, and Matt McLain almost hit one in the gap, but Fernando takes that one away as well. Jackson Merrill will start off the bottom of the 5th well for the Padres. That's exactly what they needed, a leadoff single. Bringing the tying run to the plate, it's Jake Cronenworth. He's already gone yard multiple times in this playoffs, but right there, he's going to ground straight into a double play. De La Cruz to McLain, McLain to Harper. 2 down, Kevin Smith on the 1-2, got him looking. Curveball down and in. Abbott threw 5 shutout innings in a game where the Reds absolutely needed it. TJ Friedl grounds out to start off the top of the 6th. Bryce Harper, perfect up the middle. That is a pitch Harper excels with right up the middle. He's on with the 1-out single. Here comes Spencer Steer, gonna hit one the opposite way. All the power and contact he's got against left-handed pitching. Oh, but Fernando Tatis is playing an absolutely absurd game in right field so far tonight, trying to keep his team in it. But Teoscar Hernandez is gonna hit one in the right. Nando can't get to. Teoscar Hernandez makes it 4-0. That's his first hit of the 2026 playoffs, and it's a bomb into deep right, 413 feet off the bat of Teoscar Hernandez. Both him and Steer were hitless going into tonight's game, while Steer's got 2 singles, and Teoscar now has got a home run to double the Reds' lead. It's 4-0 as we go on to the bottom of the 6th, and again, the Padres' bats just can't get anything going. Salas strikes out. Here comes Bogarts, hard on the ground, but straight to a guy. Ellie De La Cruz has it. 2 gone in the inning for Kyle Isbell on the 2-2 pitch. Isbell on the ground right to Bryce Harper. 6 shutout innings for Andrew Abbott. We will see if we see him for a 7th. But for now, let's try to tack on some more runs. Ellie De La Cruz bunting again. The reason I don't do this with De La Cruz and Esteury Ruiz is that it just doesn't work. Trust me, I tried this a lot, and we get to the point where there's 2 strikes, and obviously I won't do it again. But Ellie gonna ground out right there. Shea Langeliers, though, with a nice perfect single up the middle. Here comes Ruiz to the plate. He will swing on that pitch in, and Shea, our catcher with 70 speed, will swipe second base. So runner in scoring position, but Jay Groom right there gonna make Esteury Ruiz look silly. Here comes Matt McLain, though. McLain into the gap in right center field. That's gonna play another run for Cincinnati, and McLain is feasting off of this Padres pitching staff here tonight. It's gonna be an RBI 2-out triple for Matt McLain to make it 5-0 Reds. Friedl looking to make it 6-0 up the middle, and that one is gonna be played by Xander Bogaerts. But the Reds extend their lead again. It's 5-0, and Abbott still out here for the bottom of the 7th. Pitch 95, strikes out Fernando Tatis Jr. Ha-Sung Kim, though, gonna get one to left field past the diving glove of Spencer Steer. So a runner on first with 1 out for Tommy Edman, the switch hitter, and Edman just hasn't had a great series. Gonna fly 1 out into center field. Edman came into the series doing well, of course, the wild card round, but not really excelling so far here in this NLDS, and Jackson Merrill, who hasn't played so far in the playoffs until tonight, will fly out into right. So Bryce Harper starts off the top of the 8th. He will shoot one past Ha-Seong Kim at short. Bryce Harper's on with a leadoff single. He'll be on first base for Spencer Steer, who's 2 for 3 on the night. Bryce Harper looking to swipe second, and he will. Harper is in with the stolen base, putting himself in scoring position. Harper on second for Spencer Steer on the 2-2 pitch. Steer gonna pull a changeup. Deep left center, deep center really. Going back on it, Isbell, that ball's out of here. 7-0 Cincinnati, and that might be the dagger. Spencer Steer's first postseason home run of 2026 goes 405 feet, and now the Reds go up 7-0 thanks to his 2-run shot, bringing in Harper as well. And again, it's a 7-run lead for Cincinnati. Tom Cosgrove, the pitcher, everything's going well for the Reds. Truly. Cosgrove is new for San Diego, obviously. Jay Groom now out the game. You know, Kyle Tucker gonna pop one out or ground one after the little pop out after he breaks his bat. Ellie De La Cruz has been silent tonight, but again, hitting left-handed pitching is really not his thing. It's fine. Going to the bottom of the 8th, we will now see our relief pitcher in Michael Kopech. So Abbott turns in 7 shutout innings and is definitely in line for the victory here tonight. Jake Cronenworth leads things off by grounding one straight to Matt McClain, and the Reds are now 5 outs away from going on to the NLCS for the second time in 3 seasons. Down goes Kevin Smith, 4 outs away. Salas, the catcher, on the 1-2 pitch, and he will hit one up the middle. Okay, it's just gonna delay things a little bit here. TJ Friel gonna get it in, and what are we doing? He takes all day to get the ball in, and Salas says, all right, I'm gonna take second. What are we doing here? That's why Estieri Ruiz usually plays center. Down goes Bogarts, though, looking. We'll go straight to the bottom of the 9th. Isbell up first, looking at a fastball up and away. 1 gone for Fernando Tatis Jr. on the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Bad spot, will take it. Last hope for the Padres is Ha-Seong Kim. Ball's on the ground. Spencer Steer has got it to first to Harper. That's your ball game. And the Cincinnati Reds have swept the San Diego Padres here in the NLDS. It took 2 razor-thin games over in Cincinnati, and then just a bludgeoning over here at Petco Park in San Diego. The Reds do away with the Padres in 3, and they will see the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NLCS. And this is a Diamondbacks team who, of course, beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers choked in October. What's new? But it's against a team that they really didn't outspend all that much in the offseason. The Diamondbacks have put a lot of pieces together. They went out, they got Juan Soto, they got some pitching. That is a nasty team playing good baseball right now down in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's going to be a good one going forward. And I can't wait to bring that to you guys tomorrow night, game 1 of the NLCS, Diamondbacks and Reds. Of course, the Reds will get home field advantage throughout that series. So it will be the number 2 seeded Reds taking on the number 5 seeded Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow night. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.